Hello, it's Shamrocker again. Welcome to the Proud Heretic channel. Today's topic is, does God fit the modern pro-life definitions? And this was a personal journey for me through some difficult biblical questions. I grew up in church since I was 10 years old. Like many evangelicals, I was always taught that Christianity, now not just evangelical Christianity specifically or uniquely, but Christianity overall, to be a Christian meant you were part of a pro-life, quote unquote, pro-life religion. And that's what evangelical Christianity is, so much so that it has become a non-negotiable identity marker in order to be not only an evangelical Christian, but in their minds, in order to be a Christian. Now, I was taught that God's concern for every human life, from conception to natural death, was one of the defining characteristics of the, again, quote unquote, biblical worldview. I want to walk through 4 passages and ideas that challenged me. Number 2, the Canaanite conquest for genocide or total destruction. Well, the second challenge for me comes from the conquest narratives. Passages such as Deuteronomy 20 and 1 Samuel 15, and again, go do your own homework, look these up on your own time. They describe God commanding the destruction of entire populations, and we really don't know how many were destroyed. But again, this included men, women, children, infants, even animals. Were they born sinful? You see, the language here is difficult to ignore. And I know I've read books from multiple angles on this topic, and your apologetics, typically your evangelical apologetics, will come in and present divine command theory or, so on and so forth, and just try to gin up the least possibility. Well, it could have been this way. Well, never mind what the text says. Let's just believe what we want to, right? But if we're looking at the text, this is what we see. I mean, livestock wasn't spared, nothing. I mean, everything was destroyed according to the commandment. Now, see, again, we try to explain away these passages, but before we explain them away, shouldn't we at least acknowledge what the text actually says? See, the modern pro-life movement argues that human life is sacred and should never be intentionally destroyed, right? That's what I was taught. Yet here again, we have biblical passages portraying God as commanding exactly that. Why is that? See, that's your God of love. See, now, for years, I held that cognitive dissonance. Yes, I believe in a God of love, and yet I also believe in a God who would kill all of humanity because he got pissed off. Well, you just live with it, keep drinking the Kool-Aid. Well, no, I set the damn Kool-Aid cup down, and I'm not drinking it anymore. I'm looking at the text, and I'm using critical thought. That makes me a heretic. And so, again, I'm not telling you what conclusion to reach. I'm not even really necessarily making an argument. Again, I'm making observations. And I'm simply asking whether the slogan, God is pro-life, naturally emerges from these stories, or might it be just what we bring to the text as an already pre-existing identity marker that we want to read into the text and what we want the Bible to say? Is that a remote possibility for you?